George, currently Russia and North Korea are selling nuclear technology to Burma as well as to other countries. It looks like these states do not want to conform to the NPT, the Non-Proliferation Treaty. How can one be positive in the face of these developments?
I need to unpack this one a bit. The NPT, the Non-Proliferation Treaty, is a treaty with three legs, as it were. One is disarmament, which of course is the one that I'm most interested in. The next is non-proliferation of nuclear weapons, trying to prevent yet more states getting nuclear weapons. And the third one is the right to nuclear power. Okay, now when you say that Burma is being supplied with nuclear, you probably mean with nuclear power to make nuclear power stations. This does not mean to say that Burma is after nuclear weapons as such. The fact remains that acquiring nuclear power is halfway towards getting nuclear weapons, because the fissile materials used for nuclear power can be developed into a usable nuclear weapon, as has happened, of course, with North Korea, and which many people say Iran is likely to carry out. Now, I think the answer is this. First of all, nuclear power in itself is dangerous, because the actual technology itself and the skills that the scientists acquire can be transferred towards nuclear weapons making, and it's a quick path towards nuclear weapons. We know, for instance, that the nuclear power stations opened in Britain, a lot of the material was siphoned off towards making British atomic and hydrogen bombs. So it is problematic that nuclear power is encouraged and nuclear weapons are discouraged, because the two tend to go together. And my feeling is that they ought to be decoupled, and at the very least that all nuclear power is brought under international control and not pursued individually by nations, because it's so dangerous. Secondly, some countries wish to acquire nuclear weapons because other countries have nuclear weapons. And this goes through the whole history of it. Russia got them because America had them. Britain had them because Russia had them. France had them because Britain had them. Not that they're enemies, but Britain and France have had historic jealousies. When China achieved them, India wanted them. When India had them, Pakistan wanted them. When Israel had them, Iran wanted them. And so the only way out of it is to say a ban on nuclear weapons altogether, because there's no such thing as good nuclear weapons and bad nuclear weapons. They're all bad, and whoever has them is planning a crime which would be unparalleled in history if they were ever to be used. And again, the only way forward is their global abolition, and countries like Britain should give a lead on this. Okay.
Thank you very much.
We might just do it, you know.
Okay, so the next question is, when you consider all the time and energy you have invested in this issue in the past, specifically in relation to the upcoming generation of activists, how do you see the future and possibly your role?
Right, well, first of all, my role will not go on forever, because I'm 72 now, and there are only so many years of active life left. Secondly, this sort of work is like throwing enough mud at a wall. Occasionally some of it will stick, and occasionally I envy people who have jobs like, I don't know, painting a fence, and you begin at one end and you go to the other and you say, okay, I've done that job, I've painted that fence. It's very difficult to say, okay, I've achieved this, that and the other today. It takes years and years work for quite a small result, but if enough people are doing it, then the results can be quite useful. Work can be done in large groups, such as the mobilization against the Iraq War, but also individuals or tiny groups of individuals can achieve a great deal. Now, as far as nuclear disarmament is concerned, I don't see it as just in isolation, because it's part of the whole picture of a world in which we want human beings to be treated as, oh, I don't know, special and individual, each with their own lives to lead, each with their own ambitions and hopes and fears, and not as some sort of pawn in someone else's political game. And this is where the nuclear disarmament game joins in with the protests about climate change, because this is again the rich taking advantage of the poor, because climate affects the poorer parts of the world. Climate change, shortage of resources, because if we don't watch it, already the military are beginning to prepare for resources wars, which they will try to win because they have such superior technology, and below the rest of it, it links in with the human rights campaigns, which aims to give everybody a reasonable chance of humanity and dignity and freedom. And to my mind, nuclear weapons are just one example of this, of the way that people are treated as rubbish, as treated as disposable rubbish, and that's not the world in which we want to live. Okay.
Okay. Unless there's a few minutes to spare, George, is there anything
that's
you
not
would
too bad,
just
is
like,
it?
anything you want to say from your heart or off the cuff?
No, I mean, that really ends it up.
Okay.
Quite honestly, no, it's...
Okay. But well, I'm going to focus on me then.
Okay then.
Could you hold it, George? Am I in?
Yes.
Well, I just want my face to be seen and just say I personally hope to be part of the next generation and to carry on the work that the previous generation have done, which is why I want my face to be on the video. Myself and others find the work that George has done extremely inspiring, and it's difficult to not copy the example. So I can see George feeling uncomfortable, so I'm going to stop now. Okay.
Yes, I'm afraid I'm feeling quite woozy, it's having that...
So I'll stop the video.
effect on
Okay,
me.
bye.
I mean,